What if everyone in Class 1A died? Now, we're going to start this one off at a weird point in time where this is some unknown time. And then you see a man with a scarf with items that look familiar in a way that it shouldn't look familiar. You see items of different things, such as a thing that looks like a grenade, a helmet that looks like some Japanese anime. You see a belt like from a karate gi, and you wonder, who is this guy? Basically, you see items from everyone from Class 1A. I'll just do it like that because I know I'm not about to put the visuals up. And you see all of this shit, and you hear the voice. And the voice says, hello? Before I go to where I'm about to go, I want to tell you my story. People talk about, wow, you're so powerful. Wow, you're so cool. You're so this. But this power, this quirk, isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I dreamt of. But as this dude floats up in the air and looks down at everything, or looks down at the camera, he says, this is my power, and I will show them why I am the strongest. As the vision furs black and everything turns blurry, you pan back to Deku doing, normal class stuff, and everyone talking about how they're gonna do stuff, and their dreams, their aspirations. And this is different from how it was canon, because there's almost like a kinship here. There's almost like a brother, sister, family thing that's here, and it's kind of like everyone's family, if that makes sense. And Deku's a little bit different than he was when he was in canon. He has a weird understanding of people's perks, almost better than they do. Bakugo looks at him and says, you're doing it again, aren't you, Izuku? He's like, well, Kachan, you caught me. I guess I can't help it. You know how it is. As they both look at each other, or look away from each other, and says with morbidness in their eyes. As Izawa comes through in the classroom and says, all right, listen up, wannabe heroes. He probably wouldn't say that, but let's just say he did say that. And he's like, listen up, wannabe heroes. We're doing the USJ. And then he would explain what that is, and everyone would get their suits ready. The few things that are different is Deku, during this point in time, and, well, there's two big differences. Deku would have told everyone, day one, would have been like, hey, this is how your shit works, dog. After seeing you utilize it, I have a full understanding. And most people are under the pretenses that this is Deku's quirk understanding, and allowing him to understand people's quirks to such a high degree that that's how he got into UA. But they don't know about that story, and we're not going to talk about that one right now. And then another thing is, with villains being rampant and things being a little more violent and a little more gruesome, this isn't the My Hero story that you knew. This is something more brutal, more gory, more unforgiving. This isn't your typical happy anime story. This is a story about a soul survivor. So now, let me continue. Deku, with his friends and, well, no, my bad. I completely braked. Hold up, let's rewind back a little bit. So basically, everyone's like at a dorm. This is one of the things that happened fairly recently because of the hero killer and a whole bunch of other villains being, you know, a lot more vicious and a lot more brutal, you know, and a lot of more stuff happening. Yeah, it's bad. Not as bad as like All Might dying bad, but it's bad. All Might can only do so much. And people are wondering, will the piece of symbol please stand up? That's the energy that's being portrayed. But basically, they're all in dorms. All right. Now, this is going to make everyone a lot more friendly. And this also happens a little bit sooner canon. Everyone's uniform is a lot more advanced and a lot more utilized. And a lot of the stuff that happen in canon don't happen in the same regard. It happens faster. Everyone's quirk is not inherently better, but they know how to utilize their quirks a lot better. The dude with the tail uses his quirk accordingly, a lot more better. Kirishima uses his quirk a lot more, you know, he works on flexibility, stretching and stuff. With and without his quirk, they basically expedited the process of their quirks by a great margin. And they've created a lot more friendships, a lot more kinships. And they're stronger. It's like, how do I describe it? It's like they're not physically stronger, but they're more tactically stronger. But at the same time, they are also physically stronger. Just because it's like, if I know how to use X, Y, and Z, but I also know how to use it better, and I know how to use it already, it's just like Bakugo knowing how to produce explosions better, more concentrated, more this, and that, blah, blah, blah. The USJ comes down and it happens just like normal. And Deku's gear is basically just not the same he did in canon. He doesn't worship All Might, not like he did. It's just more protective gear and stuff like that. And yeah, the portal opens up, Shigaraki appears. And this is where things get brutal. People were transported, but this time the League of Villains actually took the time out to make sure they understood people's quirks. Remember, they knew each other a lot longer. The traitor, yeah, did his due diligence. This world is a lot more unforgiving versus how it is in canon. Everyone gets transported to an area that doesn't benefit them. Bakugo is in a cold area. Here's the frog girl in a hot environment. Everyone is in an environment that isn't good for them. The invisible bitch, cold environment. All these environments are not meant for whoever's quirk it is. And this makes things a lot more harder. Pretty much everyone survives. Ida does what he does initially. But what they have to go through to survive is different. They have to kill the villains. There's no subduing here. This is life or death. Because if they don't, they're fucked. The invisible girl, for example, she's getting cut, stabbed, and beat on. Damn near. Yeah, you know where I'm going with it. Bakugo is getting his ass beat something demonically. He's trying to fight back, but it's hard. Because these explosions, the people he's fighting are either resistant to fire to some degree, or they're able to protect themselves because they have like some type of enhancement quirk. Kirishima is fighting people that are able to either overpower him or render his quirk insufficient. Deku doesn't have any enhancement quirk of any sort, so he's just getting beat on, but not really, because he knows a good level of martial arts. And for the people he's dealing with are like the lower tier aspect. So pretty much everyone is struggling. Wall is always doing his very best. Gravity Hero's doing her best, but she's pretty much getting her shit handled. And then the Nomu pulls up, and this is where things get brutal. Eventually, everyone is able to claw their way out of their... Yeah, ready? Everybody basically reunites with one another. And Deku always did have one thing in common, because they most of them, well, I'll say pretty much all of them, all had to fight a villain one time prior, but it was a very low scale event. Deku was always able to unite people, and in this given context, he made a connection with all of them. He helped Todoroki get over his issues. He helped Momo with her insecurity. He helped Uraraka utilize her quirk to its full potential and not give up on her dream. He helped many people with many things. And he also showed Bakugo how to be a little bit more humble, even though they had their differences in the past. And then they all united together, and they were getting their asses beat. I mean, brutal. Bakugo's getting his shit beat in, not even in a good way, bro. Kirishima hardened quirk for what? The dude with the multiple arms and all that type of stuff, he's getting milli rocked. Everybody was getting messed up that was there. Dude with the lightning, he was getting dropped too. Girl with the earplugs, she was getting rocked too. Everybody was getting that fair smoke, and the Nomu couldn't talk, but he was talking that shit, bro. He was hitting that hoe. He was, y'all bitches, bro. Like, nah, bro. He was on their head, on their case, on their everything, bro. Asao kept trying to be the real one and help through, but he got, the Nomu got sick of him, bro, and just bitch smacked him, bro. Like, damn near killed them nigga, bro. He lived, though. He lived. He big chill. And so, Asao was out. Everyone's giving up, and Deku's like literally the only one standing up, and he's like, man, y'all got me fucked up. He know he not strong. He know he can't do shit. So, he starts getting his ass beat, bro. He's just me. And it's bad, because Nomu know he don't got those hands like that. He don't got one for all. So yeah, you know the Nomu just beating on him. It's just sad. It's sad, really. Yeah, as he's getting his ass beat, bro. And his clothes, like, basically he got that battle damage anime clothes type, bro. He tells everyone, get blood leaking out his mouth like a running faucet, bro. He say, everybody, get your asses up right the fuck now. This is not no time to be lying down. This is the world we live in. We chose to be heroes. What type of hero do y'all want to be? And he starts connecting to people, you know? Like, he talking shit, but he not. He's like, do you really think Endeavor would back down from such a challenge? Huh? I know I'm as strong as All Might. So imagine we were able to do this collectively. Says that to Todoroki. Do you think you're gonna make any type of money if you die right here? Do you count this as an absolute win? Like, he's saying all these different things for people. There's a difference of having confidence and backing it up. You gotta get results to get confidence, Momo. And like, he's not saying this, but like, it's this long monologue of he's saying everything to everybody personally. Do you think you're gonna get any bitches losing like this? So he's going through this whole monologue and his whole speech, this whole time, talking to every person, bro. And but like, he's saying it pretty fast, but like not fast. And everyone gets their asses up, bro. And then they're like, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna let no one outshine me. As I always told y'all, I'll be the person that surpasses All Might, and then some. So, everybody does a primal shout, and they proceed to fight. These villains aren't no rookie, though. They knew Ida was doing what he was doing. Ida was having his own fight. There's somebody that was throwing good hands. Ida couldn't get where he needed to get because he got hit with somebody that had like this weird like dream-like quirk. And so he's in a dream world fighting, and the fight's lasting for such a long time. So he's delayed, bro. And like, he's gotta fight this person, then he's struggling. So there's no reinforcements that are coming in time. As of right now, they not getting reinforcement. They big screwed. Meanwhile, everyone else, about 5-10 minutes later, everyone else is down on the ground. The only ones up at this given moment is Bakugo, Izuku, and Momo. Everyone else is pretty much out of commission. And this is where things start getting dicey. No move targets Deku off rip, bro. Goes for him. Goes for one of those mean kicks, bro. He winds that leg back up and just and then Deku thinks that this is it, right? This is over with. And Kirishima says, I'm not gonna let this happen to my bro. Like some shit like that, right, bro? Boom, takes the kick and he's out. So everybody pretty much like is literally, weirdly enough, defending Deku with like everything they got. Just bam, 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 bam. So it's just him, Momo, and Bakugo. Again, basically. Momo just does what her last little thing, and she makes it, and then she gives it to Deku before passing out. But she took too much damage. And I'm gonna just say her quirk is a little different. So like, yeah, this is complete plot, but fuck it. And it's just him and Bakugo. And then they're like, damn. Oh, I think we're done for. And Bakugo's like, yeah. I think it's time for you to use that quirk, buddy. Deku eyes lit up like a Christmas tree, bro. He said, whoa, whoa, whoa now. Let's not be hasty. And then he said, nah, big dog, I'm not gonna lie to you. That last hit punctured a couple of my lungs. Oh yeah, I don't care. After Bakugo was talking mad heavy about damage he sustained, and Deku was sweating because he knows it might be time to use his quirk. Uraraka, this is literally the only person I can think that would have this perspective, but Uraraka is the first to wake up, right? Because everyone else got hit a lot harder. She kind of like passed out because of like some of her injuries and because of her quirk. Overusage, but like not as bad as in canon, right? And then with her vision being very blurry, all she sees is the personification of a grenade. She can't really make out the words, but all she hears is, this ends now. And she just hears it. This one is for Todoroki. Boom. This one is for Uraraka. Boom. This one is for Momo. He's saying the full name. This is for Kirishima. And each name that he says, it's almost on some Goku type beat. Where he's like, this is for Chaozu, this is for Tien, this is for Yamcha. It's kind of like that, bro. And he's hitting that hole with mad proficiency, right? This is for this person. And each time the explosions are louder and louder. And then her vision is blurry, but it clears up very briefly. And she says, this one is for Bakugo. And the Nomu is vanquished, which basically it's like a fucking Teen Gohan getting Super Saiyan for the first time. Well, Super Saiyan 2 technically. And the Nomu's gone. Sugar Rocky's like, no, scratching assistantly. No, this can't be. What's going on? I was winning. The big boss is in here. And then all you hear is a primal roar like no other. It sounds like a live grenade going off. And all you hear is, Sugar Rocky! You will not be forgiven for this. You will remember me. It's like this nigga went straight demonic mode, bro. Max power pussy. And so he says this, bro, and he charges up one of these massive, big boy explosions, bro. It says, Kodagiri's like, Master, we need to leave. No, he'd be like, young master, we need to leave. And Deku pulls up behind Kodagiri and says, you're not going nowhere. Meet! And then like, bitch smacks this nigga to another continent, bro. And he, hit him right in the metal plate, right? And then he looks at Shigaraki and starts beating on this nigga something devious. All you hear is explosion after explosion after explosion. And then he hits him with he steps, he does some fancy movement, and he says, Grand Art, final bang. Shigaraki got his ass beat. Worse than when he got shot up in cannon by that one hero that actually used the blickies for once. And And then that's pretty much it, bro. Uraraka passes out because we were watching all of this from her POV and semi like the viewer's POV, right? And then she passes out, and after that, bro, it just fades to black, and Uraraka wakes up. Basically, all of them wake up in the firm, and yeah, that's where we leave part 1 off, boys. I'll catch y'all.